Guys, and welcome back. So for today's video, it's super exciting. I recently went to a library sale and I got about 40 books, so I really wanted to share that with you guys because I'm so excited. I have so many books to read, and I also just kind of want to do like a May book haul because I got some books early in the month, so this is just going to be like a big collective type video. And I know I'm talking fast, but I have a lot of books and I got not a lot of footage to film this stuff on, so I kind of have to hurry up and get through it. So before we get right into the books, make sure you subscribe because all these books you see are going to be featured on my channel again, and you're going to be able to see me talk about them in detail and see other like book discussions and stuff on them. So if you want to see that, you don't have to miss that. All you have to do is subscribe and you'll get all my videos straight into your news feed, and you don't have to worry about missing when I talk about these books. And also, if you've ever read any of these books that you see, please let me know which one to read because I have so many that I am so confused on what to actually read first. So, showing you guys what I got earlier this month, I featured these in another video, and I got 3 of the books from the Vladimir Tod series and the last book in the Twilight series, and I will link a video in the description box where I talk more in detail about those books. So I went to the first day and the second day of the library sale. On the first day they had set prices, and the prices were cheap, like 75 cents for paperbacks, $2 for hardbacks. And on the last day, close to the end, they were giving the sacks away, and what you do is you fill the sack as much as you can, and whatever is in the sack you only pay $5 for it. So I only got a few books the first day, and I went back the last day for the paper bag sale. So I'm going to show you the first couple of books that I got the first day. These are books that were basically on my wish list that I got. So the first book that I got was a Sarah Dessen book, and this is Keep the Moon by Sarah Dessen. And I didn't specifically want this book, but I did want to read a book by Sarah Dessen because I heard that she's a really awesome author, so I really wanted to read a book by her. And another book I got is Turnabout by Margaret Peterson Haddix, and this is not a specific book that I wanted to read, but I did enjoy books by Margaret Peter Haddix, so I saw this book and I thought this was a must, and I wanted to read more by her, so this was a good book that I picked up. Another book that I picked up is Things Not Seen by Andrew Clements, and I actually had this on a wish list for this actually came up as a recommendation on my Goodreads, and it's basically about a boy who wakes up one day when he's invisible, so I thought that was just majorly interesting, and as soon as I saw this cover on the shelf, I knew this was the book that I had been wanting. And another book that I had been really wanting was Beautiful Darkness by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stoll, I think, but not specifically this book. I actually wanted to get Beautiful Creatures because I wanted to read the Beautiful Creatures series, and now that I'm just filming this video, I'm just realizing that this book is not Beautiful Creatures, this is Beautiful Darkness, but it was only $2, so I really wanted to get this book, so whenever I get Beautiful Creatures, I'll instantly have the sequel available. And the last book that I got that I had been wanting on our wish list was the Divergent series, and if you are a avid like follower on BookTube and book blogs, you already heard so much about this and read the book and saw the movie and stuff like that, and I really wanted to see the movie, but I wanted to read the book first, and when I seen this, I just had to get it. One thing I am sad about though is somebody was cutting pages out of the books, which was really sad, and I was really upset about that. I didn't see this until I got to the house, and they did a few pages at the back, but it was still a good deal. It was only $2, so I figured what I'll do is, you know, ebooks, they'll give you a sample of the book, so that's how I read the first few pages, and I guess I was just gonna beg people to send me pictures of the last few pages of their book Divergent so I can read the rest of it. So if you have the Divergent book and you do not mind taking pictures and emailing them to me, I would be so grateful. So just leave that in the comment if you do, and I will give you my email and tell you what page numbers I need. And so going on to the other books I got that same day, but these weren't exactly books that I was specifically looking for. I got an ARC, which I absolutely love ARCs. For some reason, I feel so special when I have an ARC. So this book is Those Girls by Lauren Saft, and this is like a suburban novel that follows like some high school students and just kind of like the struggle in their life and what they do. And the next book is The Adoration of Jenna Fox by Mary E. Pearson, and this book is really interesting because it follows a girl who had an accident and she woke up from her coma and she has no recollection of anything that happened and she lost her memory, and she's trying to figure out who these people around her are they really her family, is she really who they claim she is, and all that. So I thought that would be really interesting. And another book that I got is The Morgansville Vampires Volume 1 by Rachel Kane, and I mostly got this book because it has vampires in there, and I really like books with vampires in there. I don't know why, but I saw this book and I just thought that it would be really interesting to read, and I found out that this book actually includes like 2 books in one, so that's pretty awesome. And these next 2 books I got are more reference books, not novels. And this book is Web Design Workshop by Robin Williams, and this book retails for $40 in the US, and I only got it for 75 cents. And I'm really interested in web design, and I do design some websites, so I thought this would be very good to further my skills. And the next book that I got is Decorating with Gift Wrap by Carol Endler Sturbins, and I got this book. This is not a traditional book I get, but I got this book for inspirational purposes, even inspiration for DIYs and just textiles. And I like to look through books like this when I'm doing my fashion drawings or I'm trying to come up with new creative things for DIYs. So these are good books to have for inspiration. So moving on to the books that I got the second day in the bag sale, I mostly got ARCs, and the reason why I did that is because first, nobody really knows about ARCs, or like normal people that don't really follow like main like YouTubers and bloggers that blog about books, they don't really know too much about ARCs, so they kind of steer clear of the table. And plus, I don't know if your library is like mine, but our library does not put ARCs on the shelf, so that means people can't check out ARCs in the library. They just kind of sit there so people can look at them. That means that all the ARCs are brand new. So basically, I got brand new books for used books price. So that was awesome. So first, I'm going to show you the books that I got that weren't ARCs from the bag sale. The first book that I got is The Best of Me by Nicholas Sparks, and I wasn't specifically looking for this book, but I just never read anything by Nicholas Sparks, and I know he's pretty famous, so I just kind of wanted to see what he was about. And the next few books I got are books from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and these books are by Christopher Golden and Nancy Holder. I think all of them are by her, but I got these books because when I had filled up my bag, I had seen a whole lot of these on the shelves and they were tiny, so I just kind of stuffed them in there afterwards when I had a little bit of space left. And these are about vampires, so I just thought these would be worth reading. And the next book that I got is Shopaholic Takes Manhattan, and this book is supposed to be kind of like a fun, quirky type of book, and it's about a girl and just kind of her struggles of her shopping habits and just her life struggles of just being so glamorous. And the next books that I got are all ARCs, and I'll go through these quickly. This book is Love Shadows by Ada Leverson, and I only got this book just because it was so cute. I have not read the back of it. I didn't read the back of it. I still haven't read the back of it, but it is just way too cute. I have one of those picture frame stands, so I was just going to sit it in there and sit it on my desk just so people can look at it because it's just so incredibly cute. I love this cover. And the next book I got is A Girl Called Fearless by Catherine Linka, and this book is really interesting because it kind of deals with like the government and how they sent out a hormone that killed like all these women. So basically now the people in the society, all the girls have to basically reproduce, and so her dad is trying to marry her off to this man, and it just kind of talks about her struggles and how that goes. So it's kind of like a dystopian type book. And this book is called Never Look Back by Kathy Herman, and I got this book because I read the first few sentences in the back, and this book is about a girl who covered up the murder of one of her classmates in high school. She did not murder the person, but she covered it up, and now she's out of jail for doing her time for the crime. And I just thought it was interesting that she would cover up a murder that she didn't do, and I just thought it'd be interesting to see where this goes. And the next book that I got is The Feral Child by She Golden, and I got this book mostly because of the cover. It screamed like paranormal fairy thing to me, and it is about that, kind of like this girl, she doesn't know like what her history is, and I guess she kind of finds out she's a fairy. And the next book that I got is Rebel, the sequel to Reboot by Amy Tintera. And this book looked really interesting, and the reason why I got this book is the little quote thing on the front. It says, "I was dead for 178 minutes and I'm not ready to die again." And kind of like this kind of screamed like technology, government, alien type thing, so I thought this would be really interesting. And the next book that I got was Starbreak by Phoebe North, and the reason why I got this book was because of the cover. It just screamed like dystopian, post-apocalyptic world type thing to me, just like the blood moon with the orange dusty sky, so I got that. And I got Where Earth Meets Water by Pia Padukone. And the reason why I got this book is because of the publisher, and a lot of these I picked out because of the publisher. That's the thing I like about ARCs. The publishers are really clear, so I kind of picked out books from trusted publishers that I know produce like YA type things. And Harlequin, I know Harlequin has a Harlequin team, but Harlequin, they always have produced like really nice quality books. They don't really, I've never seen them produce like anything that's like really not classy or anything, so that's why I got that. I also got The Whisper by Emma Clay, and I got this because it screamed alien to me. And I also got The Immortals by Milliam, a Shivra trilogy, book 1 by Amish. And the reason why I got this book is because I love things like the Lord of the, well, not the Lord of the Rings, I hate the Lord of the Rings, like the Immortals or Clash of the Titans and stuff like that, the Greeks and stuff like that, so I thought this would be really, really interesting. And another book I got is House of Fall by Jane Casey, and this book just screamed like ghost, YA, paranormal world type thing to me, so that's why I got that. The other book that I got is Shooting Stars, My Life as a Paparazzi by Jennifer Bull, and this book is really interesting because it talks about a girl and how she landed a job as a paparazzi person by accident. I just thought it'd be interesting to just kind of see how her life was. The next book I got is Follow Your Heart, Summer Love by Jill Sanotope, and I just got this, I just kind of grabbed this because the cover looked nice and it looked like a YA type of book, so that's why I grabbed that one. And the next book I got is Evidence of Things Not Seen by Lindsay Lane, and the reason why I got this book is because it kind of screamed alien to me, and the synopsis was really good. I like the way the synopsis was. And the next book I got was Out of Nowhere by Maria Paddington, and this book talks about soccer, and I didn't know it talked about soccer, but the cover just looked really nice. It's just kind of like an American dream type story, because I think some people come from a foreign country playing soccer and stuff like that, so I thought this would be interesting. And the next book I got is Shut Down by Heather Anastasiou, and I have no idea what this book is about, but it just kind of screamed like resistance or something to me, so I thought this would be really interesting. The next book I got is The Cracks in the Kingdom by Jacqueline Moriarty, and I really got this book because of the cover. I really, really like this cover. This is a gorgeous cover, and the book is surprisingly extremely heavy, and for it to be the same size as a lot of the other books, it is really heavy, and I like the paper quality of it. And the next book I got is Love Walked In by Marissa de Los Santos, and this book is really interesting. It talks about a girl who works at a coffee shop, and that's pretty much why I got it, because I like coffee, and I like books where people work at coffee shops because something always happens at the coffee shop. It's just like a heartwarming type of book to me. And these last few books are books that I got that aren't really novels, more of a research thing. And this book is Research Design, Qualitative and Quantitative Approaches by John W. Cresswell. And I actually picked up this book by accident. I thought it was something else and I just stuffed it in my bag. But I will keep it anyway. You never know, it may be useful. The next book I got is the Final Cut Pro User Manual, and I do not have Final Cut Pro, obviously, but I do want to get Final Cut Pro, and I was like, whenever I get it, I'll have the manual, and this is kind of motivation to get it since it'll be in my face. And since I know Final Cut Pro is kind of far off, I also got the manual for Microsoft Movie Maker 2, which is probably a step up from the regular Movie Maker, so I figured that I'll probably be able to get this one before I get Final Cut Pro. So both of these will be beneficial for me as far as editing. And this book is an interior design book, and I like to use these books, like I said with the first book, for inspiration in my drawings and videos and DIYs and stuff. And I just like, it's good. These books are good for learning how to blend colors and just what colors go together as well. And the next book I got is Fabric 50 Creative Ideas for Exploring Your Home by Linda Baker. And this was really cool because I have tons of fabric, and I thought, why not learn how to do some creative things with these, and I could possibly have inspiration for more DIYs. And the final book that I have is the Big Book of Decorative Borders, and I thought this was really interesting because I like to draw and I like to paint and I like to do things with my fashion sketches, and this book is just filled with like all types of cool borders, and so I thought I can use all these types of different borders as to serve as inspiration for my drawings and stuff like this. And that is all the books I got this month, and I am so excited about the book sale. They're having another one in October, and I will be going to that one, and I will have way more money to spend on books than now. I think I spent a total of 15 books for $15 for 40 books, and next year I'm banking on getting maybe about $20, $25, $30, and I just like build a whole library. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to tune in next week for my next week's video, and be sure to give me an idea of which book to start reading first. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like this video to let me know what you think, and let me know, have you ever been to a library sale, because they are literally awesome. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.